Greetings, everyone. Welcome to the basement. Glenn Kellaway here. This is an episode of Vinyl Finds and what's been spinning in the basement. So let's start with what I've picked up recently. I got 3 records and a CD to show you. Yesterday, or maybe on the weekend sometime, I was at a used CD store. And you guys know I've been collecting Police studio albums. And one thing I don't have is a live Police album, but I did find this CD for $8. The Police Live. Double CD. So $8, not bad. Listened to the first disc yesterday. I didn't realize the Police were so heavy in concert, man. There's what song? Maybe, I can't remember, one of the first songs on the album. There's like a blistering guitar solo in it, but the music is much heavier and meatier live. This recording is kind of weird. It was recorded for a Boston radio broadcast, and it starts off, the sound quality is absolutely horrible. It's really low and just messy, and then all of a sudden it starts to get better and better, and then it's good. It's not an audiophile recording by any means, but I don't know if that was done on purpose or whatever. But it was weird. Like the first 10 seconds, you're just going, "That sounds okay. Yeah, it's all right. Okay, well that's normal." And yeah, so I've kind of enjoyed hearing this. It was a revelation to me to hear how heavy they were. They're a power trio. Who knew? Larry Graves, my good friend. Always thinking of others. He was at the local thrift shop last week and found a Caravan album and picked it up for me. Yeah, you guys know I'm a big Caravan fan. This is called This Is Caravan. It's a comp and it's a German pressing. If anyone knows about this label or has ever seen this before, let me know. I haven't had a chance to play it. I was looking at it really closely under the lights today. I'm going to clean it up. There's a bit of surface scratches on it, but I think this is going to play beautifully. I haven't had a chance to listen to it yet. It's definitely a comp and some kind of a series, because it does have 9 Foot Underground on it, which is their classic song from Land of Grey and Pink. And it's got Golf Girl on it, which is also the opening track from that album. The Love in Your Eye, To Catch Me a Brother, Subsultus, Debauchement, and Tilbury Kicks. 12 minutes and 31 seconds. And Songs and Signs. There's the boys. And then a little blurb about Caravan, and it's all in German, so I can't read it. And there is a series of these This Is albums on this label. This is Julie Driscoll, who I absolutely love back when she was singing with Brian Auger Trinity. And there's one for Brian Auger. Speak of the Devil. This is, I don't even know who that is. Guru. This is Wolfgang Donner. And this is Atomic Rooster. So if anybody's familiar with this series or knows anything about this label or anything, please leave me a comment. I'd be interested. Next, same store, I found a used Mott the Hoople album. My good friend Steve will be very happy with me. Mott the Hoople, self-titled. Love this record. I had it on CD, but I got it for $8. Some cool tracks on here, like All the Way to Memphis is just a frickin' great song. And this album is from 1973. So on the Columbia label. The vinyl looks exceptionally clean. The cover is a bit rough around the edges, but not too bad. Bit of ring wear and stuff, but hey, it's staying together, and you don't listen to the cover. Next, last but not least, I am, Bela Fleck, the banjo player, is one of my all-time musical heroes, and he did a tour about 12 years ago that I was lucky enough to catch with three virtuosic musicians: Zakir Hussain, the great tabla player, percussionist; Edgar Meyer, the great double bassist. I mean, just a genius of a musician, classically trained, but plays every type of music you can imagine. He's just amazing as a composer and whatever. And Bela on the banjo. So very eclectic, kind of a bluegrass meets world music. And it was an incredible concert that I saw. Incredible. Just to sit close to three musicians of that caliber is unbelievable. They're back on tour again and have put out a new studio album as we speak. Bela Fleck, Zakir Hussain, and Edgar Meyer. I haven't had a chance to listen to this yet, but I am going to be. There's the label, and I'm going to pull this out, and you'll see there's Bela, and there's Zakir, and there's Edgar Meyer, and they have a special guest artist, Rakesh Razia, sorry for the pronunciation, who plays a bansuri. I don't even know what that is, but we're about to find out. So anxious to play that. Now, because that's it for Vinyl Finds, now I just want to talk about what's spinning a little bit. Since I got my new Name CD player, it's been revelatory. Is that the way you say it? It's been very revealing, what I'm trying to say. Even Larry was over here the other day, and he sat down, and I put something on, and his first comments were, wow, he says, the speakers just seem to disappear. Like, he noticed right away. The sound that I'm getting is just perfect. The way it matched up with my amp, and it just seemed to be, the synergy is just perfect. Like, I'm blown away. So blown away that I haven't played a record for a week. All CDs. So I'm just going to show you a few that I've been listening to. Before I get started, one of the CDs I wanted to show you was a Frank Zappa CD from a series called You Can't Do That on Stage Anymore. There are 6 volumes. They're compilations. But CD number 2 of volume 2 of this series is one complete concert, the Helsinki concert. It's fantastic. I was playing it actually when Larry walked in the door, and I went to pull it out so I could show you guys today. And do you think I can find it? I've either misfiled it or thrown it in the garbage or something, but I'm so upset this morning that I can't find it. I have looked everywhere, under furniture, that maybe it was on the floor and got kicked. Looked everywhere. I've looked back and forth in my whole CD collection. I'm just freaking so pissed. Anyway, so what have I been playing? And I got to tell you, the one thing I'm noticing, I'm hearing things in the music I never heard before. I think I was dead right about my Oppo player, and maybe you people with Oppo players might be open-minded to this, and I know people love their Oppos, but I was not getting that performance that I should have been off my discs. I just wasn't. So I've been listening to some Pink Floyd's Metal, my favorite Pink Floyd album. It sounded incredible. Man, just what can I say? This is the gateway from the first few psychedelic albums to the Dark Side period and beyond. That's why I always define this album. Great record with Echoes on it. This is the one that really blew me away. Yes, Close to the Edge. Now this is a hybrid SACD, so it plays anything. It's audio fidelity. So it's an audiophile disc, and I can't believe it. I was listening to this and going, there's little percussive parts and just little things going on in the background that I had never heard before. I'm just sitting there going, wow, that's incredible. But what a great album that is. Chicago 2. I love this album. Again, it sounded great. The brass just jumped out at you. This is the Steven Wilson remix, and it's fantastic. Chicago too. This is the one I was listening to yesterday. One of my favorite albums is Dr. Sardonicus, The 12 Genes of Dr. Sardonicus Spirit. It's one of my favorite albums of all time. And this was a deluxe edition that came out a couple of years ago. It's a 2 CD set. It has the complete album remastered, which sounds really good. And then it has a 13, 22, about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 bonus tracks of outtakes and songs that didn't make the album. And then the second disc is a live recording from the Fillmore West 1970. Now the problem with the live recording is the sound quality. It's bootleg quality, very disappointing in terms of the quality. But the first CD is fantastic with the bonus tracks. Love this album. Last but not least, if you're used to be a fan of Larry and I doing our CD exchanges, a lot of people love that, and we love doing it. It's resurrected again in a different format on a different channel. We do it on Rich Strickler's channel every Friday. Now we are taking a sabbatical for the next 3-4 weeks, but we'll be back every week. It's myself, Larry Graves, Rich Strickler, Brian Massey from Massey's Main Entertainment, and Randall Nelson. And one of us, we take turns, brings up a CD, and the others listen to it for a week, come back, and we get 4 or 5 opinions on what they think of the album. It's been really cool to get so many different viewpoints. And one person will love it, and the next person gets a rating of like a 6. So the last one we listened to was Steely Dan's A Royal Scam. I really like this album. Larry wasn't too fond of it. He doesn't like Steely Dan too much. I appreciate it. That I understand Larry. It's almost too perfect. There's really no rawness to it or anything, and I understand that about Steely Dan. I think that's probably the biggest complaint about them. It's kind of sterile, but they're such great musicians, and you got to respect the talent, and the work went into producing all these albums and great songs. So that's the other one I was listening to. I'm going to leave it there. If anybody finds my You Can't Do That on Stage Volume 2 CD set, I'd appreciate it if you'd return it. And everyone have a great week. We will be on the live chat on Wednesday and back with more videos. Have a great day.